Guys, Mark Goldberg here from Mark Vlogs Watches with a quick word for your friend and mine, ArchieLuxury, Paul Pluta, AC3, Archibald Chesterfield III. You know, he invented the quick wristwatch check, and the rest of us on YouTube, well, we just stole it. Help keep Archie full-time on YouTube by liking this video, watching this video, tell your fuckhead friends, and make sure to subscribe to his Patreon. And now, ArchieLuxury.
Hi guys, I'm Paul Pluta. I'm the method actor who plays Archibald Chesterfield III. And today, guys, I want to talk Patek Philippe. That's right, I want to talk Grand Classique from Patek Philippe. And I got to tell you guys, Patek Philippe is the brand that I adore. Just having my props falling apart here. Guys, I love Patek Philippe. And I got to tell you, quick wristwatch check. I'm wearing the Maserati Blue Daytona two-tone, but I am fondling the Patek Philippe World Time. There we go. The 5110. That's my Patek Philippe. I just adore Patek Philippe. And when you really look at the range, Patek Philippe is probably most famous for its more simple watches. Yes, there is grand complications. There is perpetual calendars, annual calendars, world times. There's all sorts of horological delights in the Patek range. But I got to tell you, if you look at the beauty, the form following function, Bauhaus rules, and there is one model that continually comes up. It's the Patek Philippe Calatrava. That's correct. The Patek Calatrava itself, the Calatrava cross, which is represented on some Pateks as their logo in the clasp. The Patek Calatrava cross. I've got to tell you myself there, I think amazing bang per buck in Patek Philippe. I would have to say the Calatrava line is just essential buying at the moment. The reason why I think these are bargains, I was talking to a good friend of mine, Ronnie from Vintage Watch Co. in Brisbane. He recently did some polishing. They've got a subsidiary, Watch Tech. They did some polishing on my Calatrava. And when I went to pick it up, I was having a chat to him. And he said, you know, Paulie, in the $20,000 to $30,000 Australia, we're talking Aussie dollars, we're talking 15 to 25 US, the classic Calatrava is really a bargain. He said, look, the thing about the Calatrava line is, and he was referring to the 5296, that's my model of Calatrava that I own. He said, the thing is, it is a modern size. It's 38 mils. So it's quite a large size. It uses a 21 mil strap. That's measuring between the lugs there, 21 mils. Most sports Rolexes are 20 mils, so it's kind of even a little bit bigger. It's also relatively thin, and it presents quite impressively. He said this Patek Philippe here, it's a modern sized Patek, but it harks back to the 1930s original, which is the Patek Calatrava, the famous reference 96. Now, the 96 originally came out as 31 mils. This was when the Rolex bubble back from that period would have been about 33 mils. So it was certainly a smaller times. Thank you, Colonel Sanders, for hormones in the chicken. But in a modern context, the 5296, the 5196, and a lot of the Calatravas that are in the marketplace represent really good value. The 5296 itself there modern size. It's 38 mils, 21 mil strap. It's a big wristwatch. When you consider the fact that Patek Philippe themselves there have been experimenting with size. In fact, my world time...
Oh. Hey Archie Luxury fans, if you're into luxury, then you gotta be into 66 Buick Rivieras. Check out my son and I, Alex, as we restore this beautiful 66 Buick.
Neighbors are having a picnic, you know, having fun and stuff. Me, I'm doing cars. It's what I've done my whole life.
When you look at the size comparison, we look at the world time itself. This was released in 2000, 37 mils. They then released a larger version, the 39.5 mil 5130. But it was too big. It was too big. So the model after that, the 5230, went back a bit to 38.5 mils. So the 5296 at 38 mils is really perfect buying. It's not too big, not too small, absolutely elegant Patek Philippe. The 5296 was just discontinued in 2019, to much shock and horror. The Patek Philippe Calatrava range now features the 5196 manual wind with the 215 movement, and then it jumps straight up to the 5227 Calatrava, which is an automatic with date, with also the elegance of the hinged caseback. That's correct. It is a very, very, it's a big jump because the technical complexity of the hinged caseback adds a lot of price to the end result. So you're paying big money for this hinged technology. The 5296 is really a bargain. As Ronnie from Vintage Watch Co said to me, these are very, very, very much the bargain in the $20,000 to $30,000 Australian price point, which is 15 to 25,000 US dollars. These are bargains. These are equally as engineered as a 5711 Patek Philippe Nautilus, all the Aquanaut lines. These are equally, if not better. They are a precious metal watch. They are timeless classic, following the trends of Bauhaus design. Now, the thing is, with the 5296, it is just so damn perfect. Absolutely perfectly proportioned. It features Patek's legendary 324 movement, running at 28.8 beats per hour. There are a number of interesting videos on the tubes, on the YouTubes, featuring the 5296. One of the entrepreneurs of the moment is the Chinese ancestry Eric Ho. Eric Ho made a very interesting video speaking about Patek Philippe. Eric Ho is a motivational and business speaker who specializes in successful people. Eric Ho himself owns a white gold 5296. He proudly displays it in his bedroom. By the way, Eric, I've got the same IKEA cabinet. And I got to tell you, it doesn't matter how rich and successful you are, that IKEA cabinet in the gunmetal grey, it pops. It absolutely pops. Well done, Eric Ho. Eric Ho takes a look at this watch here and talks about how aspirational and inspirational this model can be. That is certainly a video certainly worth watching. The other great videos on the 5296, there's another video from the YouTube channel Truth Review. This was posted not so long ago, the Truth Review. He actually reviews this legendary Patek Philippe, the 5296, which is very similar to mine in the white gold. Patek Philippe uses the French language. The white gold is signified as a 5296G. It's G in French for get out of my fucking way, you piece of shit. The Patek Philippe is also a fantastic watch which used to belong to a really good friend of mine called Michael. Now, Michael himself there, interestingly, had a couple of Patek Philippes. He had a 5127, which unfortunately he sold. He also had a great 5146. I'll put a link to Michael S's review on the 5127. He owned it in rose gold. I must confess myself there, having owned both models, the 5107 and the 5296. I must confess my undenying love for the 5296. Why do I think it is cooler than the 5107? Well, I gotta tell you, the 5107 was a fantastic watch. It was beautiful, it was elegant. As Nick Folk says, it's a perfect way to start a collection or add to an existing collection. The problem with the 5107, however, I did not like the crown. It felt like it was made out of aluminum foil from an Easter egg decoration. The 5296 does away with that by not having a screw-in crown, and in fact feels much more sturdier and robust. The 5296 is 1 millimeter bigger. It is a 38mm compared to the 37mm. The girth of this watch is also accommodated by the 21mm size in the strap. The other thing that makes the 5296 is the Rococo lugs on this piece. Paul Brittany, the famous movie star extraordinaire, has a 5227 and remarked on the Rococo lugs of some of the Calatravas. The 5296 also has that 1950s charm, the opaline dial and sword hands. The sword hands are my preference. Patek also does the 5296 as a sector dial using the heated blue hands, which I must admit are very beautiful, but I think for absolute gentlemanly charm, one cannot be outdone by the opaline dial with the 1950s sword hands. 5296, in my opinion, is the absolute bargain of the time period. The piece has been recently discontinued in the Baselworld release of 2019, and I would suggest you get in quick and secure a good example. The piece does feature the big fuck-off wooden box to make sure that those pesky Rolex owners do not harass and annoy. The 5296 is probably the most elegant, the most beautiful Patek Philippe in the modern context. I would certainly like to remark that I think the 5296 is a smidgen better than the 5107. However, in recent Calatravas, I would like to mention these models. I would say the absolute best is the 5296. The model underneath that would be a 5107, and the model underneath that would be a 5196, and then a 5127. I think any of those Calatravas, however, should never be overlooked. They are amazing pieces for the discerning watch collector to hoard, possess, and caress. Patek Philippe's dress line watches, I feel, will come back in a resurgent response in the next 10 to 15 years. Buy up now and you will see the financial rewards of your prudish investment. I'm Paul Pluta. This has been a look at the 5296. Tell me what you think. Like, subscribe, tell your fuckhead friends, and don't be afraid to put a few comments, nasty or good, down below. I'm Paul Pluta. Tell me what you fuckers think of that. Cut! Cut.
one, all snuggle up in each other's arms. Do you mind if I stay by your side, just looking at you all the time that goes by?
Hey guys, it's Paul Pluta. I'm the method actor who plays Archibald Chesterfield III. Guys, I want to have a quick talk to you. Do you need to sell a wristwatch? Do you want to sell a piece for reinvestment? Do you have too many watches? Well, guys, I'm here to tell you that my good friends at Sydney and Brisbane Vintage Watch Co. are looking for quality wristwatches for their store. Now, Ronnie has instructed me to tell you guys that he is paying more than other dealers. That's correct. He pays top prices for quality pieces. So guys, if you've got a Rolex you want to sell, or a Patek, or anything, you want to sell a wristwatch, give the guys at Vintage Sydney, it's Vintage Watch Co. Give them a call. That's right, guys. They're paying good prices. They've always been very, very fair to me. And I got to tell you, they are nice people to do business with. I'm just trying to find their card here. Where the hell did I put it? Look, ask for Ronnie in Brisbane, or Philip in Sydney. That's correct. They will look after you. Tell them Archie sent you. That's right. Tell them Archie sent you. They're paying top prices. That's correct. Brisbane and Sydney. Vintage Watch Co. Your premium place to sell watches. Tell me, guys, this is for you. Tell them Archie sent you and they will give you extra keen pricing.